When I look around me, what do I see? A great sickness, a terrible physiological and spiritual degeneration of mankind. What would the ancient Greek think if he looked upon modern man? Would he not find him to be something far inferior, far below himself? The idea of progress is a lie. History does not progress on its own towards an end, especially not towards the good or the just, nor does man naturally evolve towards something higher. In fact, it is possible that history as a whole tends towards regression rather than progression. Today, we find ourselves far below the man of the Bronze Age in every way. Our so-called Enlightenment values, the values which rose out of Christianity, the values of the herd, are in no way progressive. What is our God? Equality, that which seeks to level all things, that which is and must necessarily be opposed to excellence, that which always favors the mindless mob over the extraordinary individual. Our modern values are fundamentally anti-life because life deals in types and the creation of types, and the types which modernity produces are what Nietzsche called the last man. Industrial society has cut us off from our instincts and destroyed all natural ways of living for modern man. In him, the lion is conquered. His life is empty and meaningless. He lacks tribe, tradition, purpose. He lacks an understanding of his body, of history, and of any goal in the future. He must spiritually mutilate himself to conform to the conditions of modernity, and worse, his body is being poisoned. The modern health crisis is perhaps the greatest danger humanity has yet faced. Microplastics, endocrine disruptors, seed oils, processed sugars, pornography addiction, dopamine overload. We are making ourselves sick. Christianity, democracy, industrialization. What kind of men have these conditions created? Meek, sickly, cowardly men. The weakening, leveling and regression of the human being and of mankind as a whole into a meek, easily manipulated, mindless herd. What does modernity mean for us, for those who have managed to remain free spirits? Does it mean the leveling of mankind into one meek, obedient, global herd? Quite the opposite. This leveling has cleared the way for the creation of something new, the Ubermensch. Individually, the Ubermensch represents the man who can overcome the nihilism of modernity and create something new out of man. Collectively, the Ubermensch represents a great health rising out of the sickening and weakening of mankind which modernity has brought. He represents man, having gone through the crucible of history, returning again to a natural way of living in alliance with the will of nature and her goals. In Nietzsche's Ubermensch, the heroic ideal of the Greeks is resurrected, the Dionysian image of life in abundance, life triumphant over the spirit of gravity. We stretch our hands out towards this image, and nature reaches its goal through us. The Overman is the deluding image, which we must chase to achieve nature's objectives. The true goal, a creature of beauty, power and supreme health, a Superman like blazing Achilles. To those who are still undomesticated and unbroken, those who still hear the whispers of nature, the Superman comes like a dream just beyond memory. A flicker, a glimpse, a feeling of power. To recall this memory and reignite the ancient flame of this dream, one need only look to what the ancients believed. The ancient Spartan would have laughed at the idea that the domestication and denaturing of man was progress. They believed in the divinity of nature and of the body, the divinity of struggle and competition. In their blood and in their souls, these men desired to be powerful, beautiful, careless and violent. They desired to be like the gods. And I am convinced that when this dream beyond memory is reignited, it will break the totalitarian grip of the life-haters. Like a wildfire tearing through a dead wood, the spirit of Achilles will erupt again into modernity. The life force within you has been shaped and strengthened by millions of years of struggle. You have inherited this history of struggle in your very blood. It is the history of a war between the spirit of life and entropy, a war against decay, against homogeneity, against calcification and ugliness, a war against death. When you make your body beautiful, you take part in the divine body of the gods. Their bodies form a tree stretching from the root of life all the way up to you, a well of vitality and youth which runs through your veins. Your body will perish, but the life force within you is immortal. Now this life force is yours to shape. This body is yours to craft. From the worm came man. What might we create?